Welcome. Hello, 700 Draw. Today I don't have as much time to commit to stuff, so hello, Cash. I'm not sure which one for. Don't have as much time today for doing stuff, so I'm not doing an animation today. I'm planning on doing a still. What kind of still? I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. What's the last designs that I got going? The ones that are going out of style. I'll make one that's planned but kind of loose. But blockheads, that's just what I usually end up doing if it's not particularly planned out. So, grab a blank piece of paper. And let's start drawing just a grid of some kind. Yeah, I'm going to use this guy to trace out circle. Let's draw a few circles. Close this back up. Just a bit larger. That's the same size. These are just starting points. These aren't necessarily like settled things at all. That's how it was before, right? But I guess it was this way. Offset a bit. How did I have that hanging without it falling off? I guess like that. Where's my ruler? There's my ruler. Don't have a particular plan right now, but I'm going to outline these with Sharpie so you can see what I'm actually doing. I am recording, right? Yeah, I am. Okay. I just had some emails from some stuff I was doing. I'm gonna make a tighter selection and maybe have them all oriented the same direction. But still have these be hello Neil Parker tattoo. Hope you're tattooing real good and that you haven't been super negatively affected by the restrictions in place for COVID safety. This ends up looking kind of like a comic book panel or something. Okay. Now let's go to ink. I am going to need more ink than this. I forget what song that is, but I have it stuck in my head. The start of pandemic things, I was doing pretty good. I had been for a while with not biting my nails, but then I got anxious because of the world and started biting my nails again, so now I have like one good nail. I kind of want to try doing this with one of the brushes I have that's like not in great shape and see how it behaves doing like a dry brush bit. Ooh, this one's in bad condition. Let's get this little tape on it. Try and make this a bit loose. Just don't want it to wiggle so much as I'm outlining things and such. Let's just see how it goes. have to do the general shapes with this guy, but come back in with some more detailed bits. Thinner brush. Trying to make it chunky sometimes. Give it a different texture. Not the best, but a different one that's decent. I really should order more of these. want to see what this looks like if I do it with a technical pen instead. Hello, by Fatima Balubaid. Wondering why that was still so shitty. This is a looser one. It's okay if you got it. You should do your homework. You should get that done. This is going to be a faster stream, a shorter one, and so it might be over with by the time that you get done with your homework, but if you want to watch it later, I don't think I'm going to have the same issues I did yesterday, and you should be able to watch the full stream later on YouTube if you'd like to, the recording of it. Hello, Forrest. I really need to buy more of these brushes. They're not in great shape. Thank you, Forrest. That's nice. I want to see what this looks like. Comparatively using a technical pen. Just seeing what the sort of behavior of it is. Start to do it much thinner. Hello. No, that's a different one. Mia's tattoo. I said different because it's there's another person who was watching, might still be watching, who has tattoo in their screen name, username. Okay. Now let's Okay. Now let's scan these. Both of them. Just to see a comparison between the two sort of approaches. And I'm going to fill this one in digitally just because of sake of time. Because it's kind of frustrating to try to fill in these solids when it's such a fine line. But, yep, let's do it. Hopefully it behaves well. Slightly more central. And custom size, just scan the whole thing. At minus 1200. Just make sure this isn't in a weird spot. Is it clear? Looks like it's clearing all the sides now. Okay. Let's scan this to a different location, because today is the 3rd, not the 2nd. Which is that one. 03. Okay, let's oh yeah, it's going slower because it's 1200 DPI. I want it closer up there. Any questions, thoughts, concerns? Well scanned. I look relaxed more so than I thought. Leaning back. It also took a little bit longer because it's the full thing, not just partial. So let's make sure this is in order. Looks like it clears everything. Oh, it's a little tight on top. Let's go down just a smidge. That looks better there. And it clears the rest. Okay. That way, because it's okay. Oh, I'm sorry that you don't know English. ¿Hablas español? Hello in Kuwait. Puedo hablar un pequeño de español. Pero no mucho. Y cuando te escuchas, me escuchas? Sounds like I'm very little. Cuando hablar. It's like I'm a little kid. Where did that go? Why did it all go to temp? Capture. Open. Live Designs 03, thick and thin. Oh. I don't know any Russian. I want to fix this bit. Nope. Nope, just one little bit. Thin boy versus thick boy. That's another good. Doesn't have to be filled, but it is wrinkly. Okay, let's copy this. Paste it over here so you can see a bit of a comparison. I think I might blow this out a bit to get rid of these edges. Okay, yeah, let's blow it out. Blow this guy out as well. This isn't going to be a perfect matchup because these aren't perfect, but also because the paper is going to be warped a bit for the second one. But let's crop this down slightly. Is that behind it? Yeah, that's behind it. Alright, let's save this one. Let's make it smaller. 1080. JPEG and 2. JPEG. Go to. No, come on. Turn that off. Okay, and let's grab those images. Image slideshow. Do a fade. Use 4 seconds with 4-second fade. It's fading. And add files. Desktop live designs. 03. Thin and thick 02. Scale it down a little. There you go. Let's see what people were saying. Hello in Portugal to Cat Ferreira. Hello Vida. Hello H Zola. And hello Derek. These are just a little bit faster. Of some stuff happening. Just trying to do a quicker one, and then can have these on shirts. You got sort of two options. You got very thin lines, very thick, dry, looser lines. Zola. I get tripped up because I know someone who has a screen name quite similar to yours that is pretty distinct for them, but not as distinct as I thought, because there's you have a very similar one. And so that's what today's is. Today's is just these two stills based off of this guy. I'm going to ask if anybody has any questions going on things and give you a moment to formulate those, type them out, or however you want to go about it. And I'm going to do my general spiel of saying where you can find other work or visit these sorts of things in the future. So I got this Instagram. You're here. You can follow me here. I try to do live streams every day at 3 p.m. New York time. Thank you, Seta Lunar. That's very nice. And then after I finish those live streams, if the recording went fine, then I'll upload them to YouTube, which you can find those by searching TraceLoops on YouTube. And there's a bunch of different process videos that are the recordings of the live streams. And then I also, if you like these designs and would like to possibly have them on a shirt, then you can go to traceloops.com/store, and I keep designs up there for about 2 weeks. I just don't want my store to get overwhelmed to where I've got a crazy number of them. If you're trying to order for Christmas in the US, you have about a week of the ideal time to order these shirts. The fulfillment service that I use suggested ordering by December 10th to have guarantee. Hey, thanks, you subscribed. Oh, it's a combination of each Zala. It said your full name on the subscription notification. Thanks for subscribing. Anyway, so if you want to get a shirt and you're in the US, the suggested ordering time is December 10th. It would probably be that or even a little bit later for Europe. They seem to fulfill things faster. I'll answer your question once I get through the spiel. If you live outside of the US and would like to order something, I can do that for you. If it's the shirts that say DTG at the end of them, then it'll probably be about $5 more. If you want something else, the shipping cost goes up a little bit more because I'm shipping it personally and I don't have the same affordable shipping as the larger company or the resources. But you can direct message me here on Instagram, or you can also email me, TraceLoops@traceloops.com. If you have questions, concerns, comments, want to do a commission or something like that, you can use those same channels to reach me. Direct message here on Instagram, or email TraceLoops@traceloops.com. If you are on TikTok and want to follow me there to see pretty similar content but just in a different format and maybe some different songs, you can do that. Same username, TraceLoops. Mas makes, do you have a behind the scenes or how to of your camera setup? General behind the scenes, this is a 2-camera setup. I have one camera on a tripod here. That's a webcam looking at me. That's a Logitech 920. It's a 1080 webcam. That's okay. Not great. Oh, hey Reno. Not crazy late. If you were coming in for a animation, you'd be pretty much on time, but I'm just doing a still today because I have some obligations later. So camera there, and then there's a camera up here. And that's a slightly higher quality camera for the image output. That's a Logitech Brio. And then I have a Blue Snowball mic over here that just does a general good pickup, better than my regular laptop mic would pick up. And I can separate things a little bit more, and it's facing the direction that I'm facing while working. And I have 2 LED light things over here. I got a ring light here. That's also an LED to fill in some of the light to the side. Those are all, well, not the lights, but the cameras and mic are being recorded through OBS for creating a stream, and then it's being pushed. The thing that you're probably most curious about, Yellow Duck, is a program that can take an OBS stream and push it to Instagram. And because I am streaming this from OBS, then I can record the output and use it for time-lapse footage or for YouTube videos later on. Any other questions on stuff? Thanks, Reno. It's based on this just sort of quick shape sketch, and then using a brush that I've sort of put through the ringer and isn't in a great state of things. I don't know how well you can or can't see. Will it focus on that? It might. Anyway, this brush is in bad shape, but it means that you can do some thicker lines and get some of these textural elements. More of a dry brush, but just from the... Since, oh, you can't stop listening to Shamika. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I have listened to it, I am not sure how many times, but it's got enough variation, and I enjoy the song outside of having worked on the video. But if you ever, it's not as bad if you're animating a video, but if you ever have to edit footage to a song, like editing down a music video, make sure you like the song. It's not fun to edit to a song that you don't like over and over. I haven't had too much of that sort of experience, but even it's like a 30-second video, if you're doing a lot of work into it, listening to the same song that many times, and not like in full, but in like little tiny bits to be like, is this for putting it here or there? Is it a better option to go one sooner or one later? How does that sync up? That's not fun, but something. I'm glad that you enjoy the song and that I enjoy the song. Most of the time that I spent listening to the song was on the front end of stuff. When, or not front end, but towards the front, where I was doing the digital animation and timing it out more so. don't think I've worked with coffee. One thing about coffee is that it's pretty acidic, so over time that'll affect the paper, uh, which wouldn't be too much of an issue for me most of the time, but just longevity wise, be aware that coffee is pretty acidic and it will damage the paper over time. Same with tea or soda. My mom has done more tea-based drawings. It's more like working with watercolors, where you have to like let it dry and build up the color. Watercolor is not a very forgiving medium because you have to slowly build it up, and there's no way to, like, with oil or acrylic paint, you just paint over it. Oil paint, you have to sort of mess with it a little bit more, and I don't have as much experience with that, but you can paint over acrylic paint pretty easily, but you can't do it with watercolor. It's like salting a soup or something. You can't unsalt it. You can add more anytime you want, but you can't unsalt it. You can't lighten the color for watercolor. Also, watercolor, because it's so wet, will warp the paper if you're not careful with it. Any other questions on things, concerns, comments? It is getting longer. Otherwise, I'll probably head out. I know that it's still a long live stream for what a lot of people would be having, but it's much shorter for me compared to the last few times where I've been doing like 3.5 to 4 hour streams, which you go watch. Except yesterday's failed because my computer froze up, and it's much easier for me to save things as an MP4 file so that I can import them directly into Premiere and not deal with having to convert from like an MKV. I could upload an MKV, found that out for YouTube, but it doesn't open in Premiere or After Effects. And so, for the sake of my workflow, I'm sticking with MP4. I guess if there's no additional questions, I will mute this for a second so that you can just take another look-see at the original pieces. Otherwise, I'll be heading out, and you can watch this and other live streams on YouTube. If you search TraceLoops, if you want to buy shirts, you can go to traceloops.com/store. If you live outside of the US and want to buy something from my web store, you can direct message me on Instagram or email traceloops@traceloops.com. If you want to follow me on TikTok, it's essentially the same content, but it's a different format, and it's just a different place that you can see the stuff that I'm making. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Reno. I did order, I think I mentioned it to Reno at some point because he does more electric engineering bits. I did order those ISD 1280, and I kind of want to mess with those a bit, but those aren't scheduled to get in until tomorrow. So maybe this weekend I'll mess with that. I don't know if I'll have the time. But it might end up that on a live stream I end up trying to create a more interactive version of that little module. So thank you all for watching. Plan on being back tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I have an appointment at 3 p.m. So that comes right into the middle of this stuff. But plan on being back Saturday, which will probably be another still. Maybe Sunday, not sure. Monday I should be able to jump back into the alphabet loops animations with the letter J. Okay, thank you all for watching. I'll be back Saturday, but won't be here tomorrow. Adios.